about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
While in college, quarterback teams that improved their win total from 1 his freshman year to 5 his sophomore year to 8 his junior year. Love that type of improvement. Love that type of diligence.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
And
they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd and 12, Goff incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. The headshots here in the offensive unit, and what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
Here's Goff, and that's incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
This is a young man who has a lot of quiet confidence in his abilities. He won't shout it from the rooftops, but if you ever talk to him, you sense it, and you start to get it. In fact, I asked him about his mobility, and he said, well, I did run for over 1,500 yards in college. That was an easy answer from him.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
got
they?
a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Well, a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, 51 yards. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this is caught in the end zone. So how about that for a statement? They get 2 instead of 1 on the fake, and it's an 8-0 ball game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
First down.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Throw complete late side to Cooks. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
3rd and long. It's gone. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent.
He's got it. Complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
80-yard
John Ross, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. Oh, they it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
I'm trying to throw it.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down. Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Out of the gun, it's Dalton.
Oh, my God.
It's incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. This one complete to Giovanni Bernard. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This will be Dalton again. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
So now Dalton will lead the Bengals to the line as they'll come up and go for 2. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And it's caught. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Where's 52? Watch 52.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Goff. It's caught left side by Cooks. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, 39 yards. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And now running right through it. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton going deep downfield. This is caught at the 20.
Oh, my God.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Crazy.
John Ross on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Took him out. Look at this play.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Dalton here from the gun. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
Oh, shit.
So that one will be accepted.
Automatic first down.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun. Goff. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone and into the offensive backfield. He's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. Has bred this big defensive tackle.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando on this first half of action. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. Tack on 15 more for the face mask, and that becomes a huge play.
Big pass gets caught on you. You're doing everything possible to get him on the ground, and sometimes you end up grabbing the face mask.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Good boy.
Throwing, Dalton. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Aaron Donald with a sack.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carping them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Dalton. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bengals add on to their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, Dalton. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. So bad mistake there by the kickers. The ball goes out of bounds. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and 9, Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Does the big boy have the juice? And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. Oh, my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
Make sure they understand it's not a me game.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Bengals have recovered it. They find some open field here. There he goes left side, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Now Bullock to add the extra point. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenge on your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. What a spin. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire...
It got his man complete. 20, 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, 76 yards. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
Hey.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And the kickoff sails out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty.
You can see the looks on the faces of the rest of the team. You have one job to do. Just kick the ball and play.
Well, that's exactly right, Charles. The kicker, this is just inexcusable.
Absolutely inexcusable. Everyone out there slugging it out for the entire game. Execute your job.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Goff. And that will be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Johnny Hecker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Keep it laying down there.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess we could easily say as a whole.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 36 yards on the play.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, A lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Now Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes, might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again they run with Gurley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Gurley. He's going to air one out, and that'll be incomplete. Now they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Johnny Hekker now. He's been terrific so far. Here comes Erickson. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Alex Erickson, 77 yards. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Now Bullock to add the extra point. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. He's going to air it out into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now, but he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
To try again after the sack. Dalton. Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Dalton now to pass. Working the middle here, that's complete to Sample, the tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that was rush coming, and he's taken down. Corey Littleton charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11.
Well, no takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Play action here with Dalton. There goes a deep ball. And this is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, 38 yards. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this.
Nah, man, I'm on Madden right now. I'm on the PS4. About 20 minutes or so, hopefully. Yeah, man, what you up to?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. So now Dalton will lead the Bengals to the line as he'll come up and go for 2. Operating from the gun, Dalton. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now gone. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked it to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Oh, my God.
A tremendous return there, 39 yards.
Damn.
And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Well, had his ass, too.
And out now, here come the Bengals. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player or broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one
Oh,
wants
my
to
goodness, bro.
but,
Come on, man. You can't take me down.
I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the...
It was It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Man, that's a big field right there, bro.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point.
I can't do no
Can
field
you
goal.
believe it? He misses another one, his third so far.
I don't know about it.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
I gotta be done in 10 minutes. I don't finish this game.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Incompletion.
You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Fighting through it, he's got space. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. Well, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, trade him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Well, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Oh, passing it. Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green.
Oh, my goodness.
It's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Eric Weddle there to break that one up. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And here now a spin.
Oh, you fucking good.
Past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
Yeah.
Now he's hit.
Oh, my goodness.
The football.
Good, bro.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And after going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Garth. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.